boy merely dipped his hand into the pitch-black ocean waters. The next second, a massive, vibrantly colored creature suddenly surged up from the sea. Shaking its head, it approached the boy. Far from being afraid, the boy seemed remarkably familiar with the creature. It turned out to be a truly magical seahorse. Legend has it that anyone who spots it will have smooth sailing throughout the entire year. After greeting the seahorse, they immediately climbed onto its back and headed toward the depths of the ocean. To their surprise, the seahorse swam at an astonishing speed. Before long, they reached the side of a yacht. Just as they sneaked into the cabin to rescue someone, a monster suddenly entered. The group hastily fled outside to hide, but one of the monsters soon picked up their trail. In no time, they were thrown into a dungeon. But this was no match for Seven. He took out a roll of tape and stuck it around the steel door. The next instant, the steel door vanished without a trace. By the time the others realized what was happening, Seven had already led his companions to escape into the sea on a speedboat. Before they could catch their breath, however, an even more terrifying ordeal awaited them. This was the most dangerous stretch of ocean on Earth. Countless sharks began closing in on them. The group frantically grabbed oars and started paddling like mad. But the next moment, the shark fins surrounding them rose higher and higher, quickly encircling the lifeboat. Before they could make sense of the situation, a gigantic hole suddenly opened at the center of the ocean, and all the water began pouring into it. Only then did they finally recognize the colossal beast, the sea demon Booties, guardian of the Sea of Monsters. Those sharp spikes were actually its teeth. By the time they realized the danger, it was too late. The small boat began to be irresistibly pulled toward the creature's gaping maw. All they could do was cling desperately to the boat's edges as they were mercilessly dragged downward. Surprisingly, after a violent jolt, they found themselves unharmed inside the sea demon's belly. The interior was filled with the wrecks of ships and airplanes. So the legends were true. Everything that had vanished in the Bermuda Triangle had been swallowed by this sea demon.